Hello and welcome. I'm Alexandra and you're watching Head to Head with UATV. The startup scene is booming in Ukraine. One-of-a-kind software, smart gadgets, technologies created by Ukrainians, they raise considerable foreign investments. The country's $5 billion IT industry is home to a thriving economy of unique talent, innovative ideas, and investors willing to fund the next big thing in tech. Over 1,700 companies have their roots in Ukraine's startup sector. With so much opportunity, it's easy to see why Ukraine is a hotbed for entrepreneurs. To talk more about this, we're joined in the studio today by Alexandra Balkova, Startup Wise Guys Program Managing Director. Hello and thank you for joining us today.
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. So, this Startup Wise Guys program, it's one of the largest B2B accelerators around Europe. Am I right?
Yes, that's true.
And you have the ability, you have the chance to compare the variety of startups from around the world. How could you define Ukrainian startups? How could you describe them?
Overall, Ukrainian startups are not that different from the global ones. But we do have a good technology background among people. So we have good technology universities. This means that we have, if I'm not mistaken, 160,000 IT specialists in Ukraine. And this means that technology in startups that are founded in Ukraine and that are founded by Ukrainian founders have more quality technology-wise products. Mm-hmm. But Ukrainian founders are lacking sales and marketing knowledge, and business knowledge, how to start the business. Yes, how to grow it, how to go global. Mm-hmm. So this means that Ukrainian startups has a good potential with nice technology, and if they will have a knowledge of going global and business fundamentals, they can be, and they are already very competitive worldwide.
In this case, what assistance can be provided to these startups?
In our case, in Wise Guys, for example, we do have 14 weeks of program where each week is focused on each topic. Several of them are like marketing, are like sales, and for example, pitching, the ability to present yourself to investors and to clients. So also one of the big weeks is also a technology week. This means that we have different variety of experts coming from all over the world that are helping startups individually and in their personalized challenges, and helping them to brainstorm how to solve the problems that they have now in specific like topics in sales, in marketing, in pitching, in scaling, in client working with clients, for example.
Mm-hmm. How much are the Ukrainian startup owners currently aware of this program existing, and what is the selection process? Because as far as I understand, there is not enough money for everyone.
Sure. We have in Wise Guys operates on the market from 2012. And from that time, right now, we already invested in 17 Ukrainian companies among 120
candidates.
Yes, not the candidates. 120 portfolio. We do have 120 portfolio companies, and 17 of them are the companies from Ukraine. Mm-hmm. This means that it's almost 14, not almost 15%, 14% of companies in our program are from Ukraine, and this is a lot, taking into account that we are working with 40 countries.
40 countries, and 15% is
from Ukraine.
This is great.
So, and right now, if the trend will remain the same, I do believe that the trend means that at least in one program, in each program, we have at least one startup, for example, from Ukraine. This means that in upcoming 2 years, we may invest into early stage companies from Ukraine up to 2 million euros of early stage investments.
Mm-hmm. Does this mean that this Wise Guys program has some subordinate programs, that you say that each of them has one Ukrainian company among the participants?
It is not.
So there are some directions, some kind of topic divisions that this program is built around, right?
Yes, almost. We have up to 4 programs per year. So 2, for example, in spring and 2 in autumn. We do have verticals. The classical one where we started from, that's so-called B2B SaaS, business to business, software as a service model. And this is the most general one. So there are lots of companies in different verticals that can apply in this program. But we do have new directions and new verticals that we launched recently. Basically in 2018, we started the new vertical of financial technology fintech program in collaboration with the corporate partnership of Swedbank, one of the largest banks in Nordics. Right now, we're starting an absolutely new program, also the vertical of cybersecurity and defense AI, also with the partnership of the Ministry of Defense of Estonia. So right now we do have like 2 specific niche verticals of fintech and cybersecurity, and the general one B2B SaaS.
Mm-hmm. So then the applicant, they do apply for some certain vertical. It depends what startup is built about, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Great. Could you tell us, you mentioned that there are 17 success cases about Ukrainian startups. Could you tell us the most interesting, so we could get a clue, what are Ukrainian startups about? What are Ukrainian successful startups about?
The recent kind of success well, it depends how to tell what success story is, but the recent, in summer 2018, the startup from the program that is founded by Ukrainian founders, but they all live and operate right now is in Poland. The startup is called Callpage. They raised 4.5 million euros as a second round as a Series A round of investment. And they are growing. And this is one of the examples probably of companies that are founded by Ukrainian founders and that are successfully growing, at least right now. And we do believe that they might be a good exit in upcoming years.
So do I understand correctly, you provide these startup companies with the knowledge, with some certain education about sales and marketing, and also you provide them with funds for 3 months period that they can start their business. But also I do know that they are working in conditions being placed abroad, right? Could you tell us about this feature of the program?
Yes. So a startup, a company, at least 2 co-founders must relocate physically to the city where the program runs. So, for example, the next one will be the cybersecurity, and it will be running in Tallinn, in Estonia. So
it's a great hub for cybersecurity.
It is. So the startup founders should relocate there for 3.5 months. They receive, the program costs 20,000 euros as a services that we provide them when they are selected. They also receive cash, up to 30,000 euros cash for up to 8% of equity to be there in the program. So they receive investments, so they can spend the investment on testing, on marketing, on first hires, for example. And it for sure helps people to survive in another country where they need to rent apartment, when they need to eat something, for sure. So this investment that they receive serves 2 parts, testing and business parts of how to grow the company. And for sure it provides some comfort of living in a new country.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. How do you select these companies?
We're for sure, as we are the early stage investor, this means that we are looking for companies that don't have yet great achievements because they're early. For sure, we're looking for the greatest teams, where the team is balanced, where the team has right people that are able to grow the business. And we are looking for also for so-called first traction companies that already started testing their product, at least on the home market or whenever else. They do have first feedback, maybe first clients, maybe first pilots. So something that they're already doing. And for sure, they also must work full-time on their startup, which is difficult for companies that don't generate revenues yet. But it means that if founders are working full-time on the company, it means that they believe in it. So this also is a good reason for an investor to believe in it.
Yeah, to invest into these people. Well, this looks like a great, interesting program, and I hope that after watching this interview, maybe our viewers, some of our viewers who are really creative and talented and would like to develop their own startup, they would be willing to participate and to be interested in this program. The very last question, because unfortunately we run out of time, could you tell us what prospect do you see for Ukrainian startups? What prospect of development, maybe in comparison to the other startups that you could see from the rest 39 countries applying?
We're lacking two things: how to sell
and marketing,
and how to be humble. So lots of Ukrainians are not aware of or not realize the competition on the global market, and they underestimate it. And so it would be really great if we will think global from the very beginning, as we already do, but we will be also more open to learn all the things that you don't know, and this will probably lead to greatest achievements.
And also, this is your recommendation for Ukrainian startup owners, as far as I understand.
Maybe.
Thank you so much for your interesting comments, for this interesting conversation, and for being a guest today in our studio.
Thank you so much.
That was Alexandra Balkova, Startup Wise Guys Program Managing Director. Thank you for watching Head to Head. I'm Ales Garduk. Goodbye.